All right. The sun is still out, which isn't very common for these videos that I record, to be honest. Usually when I record these videos, it's pitch black. I'm turning on the air because it's a little warm in here, I can't lie. But yeah, I mean, I got out of work at an earlier time than I'm used to. So I was like, I'm just gonna record. Like I'm not gonna wait until like my typical time to record these videos to record. I drove straight from work to here. It's Memorial Day, so yeah, that's why I closed. Oh my God, there's like a big fly. I thought it was inside the car for a second, but it's outside the car. Anyways, I got something I gotta just get off my chest. Honestly, I don't really need to get off my chest, but I kind of want to talk about it and let you people know not to put other people on a pedestal, or not to think others. Don't think of others maybe so. I wouldn't say think so deeply of them. Like, don't think so deeply of them. Think however you want. And honestly, there's nothing in life that you could prevent. Like, if something is happening and later on you realize, oh dang, during that time, I wish I would have known this. It's okay. Like, it's no big deal. Like, life is still gonna go on and things like that. If you know it now, then all right, you know now, and then you could hopefully, or not hopefully, but maybe you can apply what you know now to a later experience, and then you can maybe prevent it that way. But it's okay if it doesn't end up being something that you can prevent. Like, it's completely okay. It's outside of your control at the end of the day. But here's the thing, right? It's gonna sound a little silly. Semen retention. It's something that I've been doing, and it's not like I willingly, or it's not like I willingly is a crazy word to use. But it's not like I planned to do it. It just so happened that I just didn't have the drive, or like I didn't have like the desire to even do it anymore, that I didn't even think, oh, I'm just going to stop. You know what the word is. I'm not going to fucking, I'm just going to, it just happened. It literally just happened. And then, I was already kind of hearing of the benefits of it. And they were coming around in my head, and also just coming, not even in my head, they were coming around in like videos that I would watch or things that I would read or whatever. And then eventually it just so happened that I just stopped. It wasn't something that I just decided, like, today is going to be the day that I stopped doing it. It's been several months. I don't know how many months exactly. I don't know how many weeks. I don't know how many days. I just know that for a while I have not. And there was another person in my life, a friend, who I thought was also doing that. And it's somebody that I mean, it's not going to take any, like, me saying, like, oh, he doesn't practice semen retention. I'm not saying that it takes anything from him. He's still the great friend that he is, But it turns out that, my boy did that shit like a week ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's been several months for me. So I was like, oh dang, this whole time I'm thinking you haven't done it in like years or like ever or something like that. And then come to find out, you just admitted that you did it like a week ago. It just kind of blew my mind, because I was just like, in my head, I'm thinking it's something entirely different, and it turns out to not be true at all. And then it just kind of like, it didn't shift my perspective of him. He's still a great friend, But these perspective, or these concepts or these ideas that we have of people, don't think that it's the truth, okay? And it's totally fine to think that it's the truth. Eventually, maybe you'll find out that it's not the truth, and then you'll be like, okay. But there's something bigger that I want to get at here, right? When you realize that of the people that you're the only one that's doing something, it should give you some confidence. It should give you something. Like, it should give you something good. Not to think that, like, oh, I'm better than these guys or whatever, right? But it should give you that feeling like, oh, okay, I'm kind of like in this alone, so I don't have to be so, I'm not going to be, I don't know how to word it. I feel the truth. I just don't know how to put the words to it. But we're going to, I usually, these videos go on for like 20 to 30 minutes. So hopefully I get the words out. But it's no biggie if I don't, This cop is driving with his lights on, like just the white lights on behind the car. And I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know if he's going to pull that car over or something. But anyways, sometimes you'll realize you're just a one-man army. And again, it sounds silly because I'm literally talking about semen retention. But I mean, I'm not going to go into the science of it, because I'm not really a science guy. I just know that there's a bunch of benefits, and you can research those benefits, okay? You can research the benefits of semen retention. You could find semen retention amongst some of the greatest creators, like, I think even Jesus Christ himself was someone that was partaking in the journey of semen retention. I don't think he ever dropped a single drop in his lifetime, if he's a real person. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's multiple. Jim Carrey talked about semen retention. There's just, I fuck with Jim Carrey. I fuck with, that's a real person, okay? There's real evidence and proof that Jim Carrey is a real person, okay? But whatever, the point is, I'm just throwing little pointless jabs. But the point is, when you realize you're a one-man army, you shouldn't be worried. If anything, you should know that if you're in a journey by yourself, have your back as best as you possibly can, and I believe that you can. Okay, like, no bullshit. I feel like I've been in a one man. There was a manga that I read. I don't think the manga's ever been complete, but it's a master class of a manga, and it's called Vagabond. Forgive me, but I don't know the author's name. But Vagabond is such a great one, that there were some pages that Musashi. I'm sorry, maybe I'm pronouncing the name wrong, but Musashi is a samurai during the feudal era of. I'm not even gonna guess the country. I'm sorry. I'm not a science guy, nor am I a geography guy. I'm terrible at that stuff. But he's a samurai. Point is, he's a samurai. And there was even an instance where he took on 70 men by himself, and I think that was a real recorded, like, historical fact. Maybe it's not, I don't know, maybe it's all fairy tale bullshit, but nonetheless, it's a manga, based on a true person. And in the manga, he talks about how in this universe, in this world, we're ultimately all alone, and that may be a little discomforting when you come to, like, face that concept of the idea that we're all alone, even though we're on a planet of 8 billion people. Each 8 billion people, I'm sure that they've at times have felt lonely. You felt lonely. I've felt lonely. And it's funny to say that because we're on an earth that's overpopulated, whatever that means. I don't know. I don't got the facts like that, but some people say that the earth is overpopulated, and yet there are still so many human beings that feel lonely. Isn't that kind of like a paradox, don't you think? But whatever, the point is, in a lot of our journeys, individually, there are times that we feel lonely, and over time, the more that you feel deeply, I promise you that you're gonna rise up and be a better person, a better man, a better woman, a better person overall. Overall, you as who you are, you're going to rise up and be a better person, a better you. Okay, life is difficult, life is tough. It's just the reality, the grim reality of the world that we live in, and the reality that each of us face. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be times where you feel so uplifted, and there's going to be some times where you feel so down below that you're just like, how do I even get up out of my bed this morning? How do I get up? Not even, sometimes it's not even morning. Sometimes you sleep in and it's like 1 p.m. You're like, how the fuck am I going to start my day at this time? Like, what am I going to do? I'm stressing over this job or stressing over this certain situation, But I promise you that every day, over time, you push through that one-man army, one-person army, you're going to definitely see yourself in a position, in a mindset that you would have never been able to imagine yourself at before. And yet here you are, Yet here I am doing something, like recording these videos, something that I didn't think I could get myself to do at some point. And now I'm doing it, and I don't have any expectations for these videos that I'm uploading. I'm just simply doing it because I just had the desire to do it, and it's making me happy to record these videos. It's giving me peace. It's giving me happiness. It's fulfilling me, and it feels like I'm doing something that's a part of my journey, And each of our journeys look very different, but don't have expectations of other people and put them up on a pedestal, because sometimes you get disappointed, but also at the same time, it's like, don't be disappointed in them. It's you yourself that created this. In my situation, I had no factual evidence to say that this guy was practicing semen retention this entire time. Yet I believed it, I thought it, just based off of, I don't know, whatever was going on within me. And then it comes to find out that it's not true. And it's just like, oh shit, am I the only guy that I know of in my circle of people that is practicing this? I mean, whether that's the case or not, it shouldn't matter. You know, why the fuck does it matter to me that I'm the only one in my circle of people that is practicing semen retention? We all have our own individual lives, our own individual worlds going on. Just bring that focus back within yourself, and then be like, okay, like, it's no big deal that this is happening to that person, or like what I thought of that person is not true. I mean, sometimes it could be very, you know, sometimes it does matter, you know, because it depends on the situation. It could be a very grave situation that you just thought like, oh, that person, I thought that they were going to have my back or something like that. And it turns out that they've been backstabbing me this entire time. And then you're just like, well, shit, you know. But I know that we're a species of, you know, culture, you know. We're also a species of just not culture, but just like we like to have the feeling of security, you know, knowing that this person's got my back, I've got a family and things like that. But also sometimes the truth of our existence is that we have to face something by ourselves. It's true. It's true as fuck, you know, like that can happen to just about anybody, you know. You feel like you're completely disregarded by the people that you thought were going to look out for you or something like that, or maybe you've never had somebody, you know, and then you got to face life for a little while, or for maybe the entirety of your life. But you know, it happens to some people where they have to do that, where they have to face the entirety of life by themselves. But I mean, you came into this earth from somebody, you know. You came into this earth from a mother figure, and of course sometimes families can be very distorted, and things can go all over the place. But you know, you should be able to find your people in this earth. You know, we've got 8 billion people, but for a while you may have to ride that shit out alone, you know. And if that's what life has prescribed you for a little while, then you best believe that at some point throughout that journey, you're going to learn a shit ton. You're going to learn a shit ton. There's just no way that someone can live a life of nothing being learned. You know, this is a very much, life is a learning process all throughout, from day one to day 0. I don't think that made any sense. From day 1 to fucking day 1,000, day 7,000, however many days that we end up living or whatever, you know, like, you know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, these expectations that we put in our head sometimes of other people, eventually we might find out that expectation, or that thing that we thought that they were doing or whatever, they're not doing, and you're just like, oh shit, okay, that's odd. This entire time I thought I was, but man, I don't know why I thought I don't know why I thought that was the case, because I didn't have any factual evidence, or even the slightest piece of evidence to prove that was even happening. And it's also, at the end of the day, for at least in my situation, it's not really the biggest of deals. But at the same time, it just kind of threw me off, because I was like, oh shit, you know, like, you're somebody. I didn't think that he was a perfect person, but I just thought like, oh, you know, I just thought that was the case, that my boy was practicing semen retention, and it turns out he wasn't. But I mean, it's okay. Like I said, for me, it wasn't something that I decided to do just like randomly. It just happened. Like, I can't recall the day that it happened. It just, one day I just didn't do it, and the following day I didn't do it. The next thing I know, in my head, I'm like, oh, a few weeks have passed since I've done it. Why is that? I don't know. It just happened. Next thing I know, it's been a month. Next thing I know, it's been 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I don't know how many months it's been at this point, but I know it's been a while. It's been a while. And I usually, very commonly, around certain times, I just remove myself from social media. Because social media, man, like Instagram with the Explore page, like, it's very, it's a trap. Like, the algorithm literally traps anybody in there, like, based on what you like to see, or based on what the algorithm deems that you like to see. It may not necessarily be something that you like to see. It could be something that just disturbs you, and you just so happen to be looking at it for a little while. The Instagram is just like, oh, if we keep on feeding this person this in their algorithm, they're going to stay on the app longer. You know, it's very disturbing what happens on social media, that people don't think too deeply about, but a lot of these apps are like, how do we get this person to stay as long as possible on this app so that they don't go to another app, or so that they could also spend money on this app or something like that. It's very intrusive into like who you are, because the algorithm is getting to know you at a level that's just like, how do we farm the fuck out of this person to just stay here and continue scrolling or whatever. It's an addictive service at the end of the day. Yet we all use it. And I mean, like, it's okay. Like, I have Instagram. Every now and then I deactivate it just to pull away from it. But I mean, there's so many people that use it that I also like going back on it to just, I don't know, just keep up with whatever people are posting, and just also because it's funny. Like, sometimes it makes me laugh. Sometimes I'm looking at something and I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of interesting. But it's just like, holy shit. It's a very weird app, Instagram. I mean, not even just Instagram, but a lot of these apps just do that. Like YouTube has YouTube Reels. I don't know how like invasive or perversive YouTube's algorithm is, but shit, I'll tell you right now, Instagram, their algorithm is perversive as fuck. Just literally look at a guy's explore page and you'll realize how perversive Instagram's algorithm is by the shit that it just recommends. Like, no bullshit. Go look at a straight guy's phone and you'll see what Instagram puts in there. I mean, some of the stuff is just like completely crazy. Like, I had to block this one woman's account on Instagram because she literally had her feet out. Like, her feet were all up in the camera, and she would like pour oil on her feet and like rub her feet together. And I'm just like, I'm not even a feet guy. Like, I promise you, I'm not even a feet guy. And I'm just looking at this shit, and I'm like, is this shit really being recommended to me? And it's not like it would constantly come up. I would just scroll, and it would just be the same woman. And I'm just like, honestly, I'm sick of this. I literally had to just block her account so she wouldn't be recommended on my algorithm. Because it's just like, where did Instagram get? Like, I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. It's funny. And maybe you think like I just exposed myself, but like, I'm not a feet guy. I'm being so serious. I'm not a feet guy. It's just funny to me that Instagram would literally, Instagram's algorithm would literally just pump that in there, and I'd just be like, what the heck? But I just literally mean it. Like, if that was happening to me, I can't imagine some of the shit that other guys get like on their explore page recommended to them in the algorithm. And it just goes to tell, like, I think one of my friends told me that like women are now looking at guys' explore pages to tell like how like horny they are, or how down bad they are. Listen, to be completely honest with you, I mean, sometimes maybe it does reveal that, but at the same time, Instagram's algorithm is just that perversive that it literally wants a guy who's horny or something like that to just continue looking at their phone, look at this shit, and just continue going back and forth scrolling for more and more and more. And then you thought it was done there? No, they'll go back the following day because they're just used to seeing that shit, and it's just like, oh, that makes them feel good just by seeing it or something like that. You know, it's just crazy. Like, we live in a very crazy, bizarre world where other humans design services or algorithms or software to take advantage of and just be perversive about like what other people are like, you know, what they like to look into. It's really bizarre when you think about it like that. Like, humans have designed this to take advantage of other humans so that they could stay on their platform or stay on their service. And then, you know, like, I don't know, like, am I the only one that thinks about this shit? No, I'm obviously not, but I'm just like saying, like, isn't it just kind of crazy? Like, I mean, there's much crazier shit about life, you know, like the fact that we are literally human beings, like, and I don't even know, like, we the fact that we breathe, that we're not even just that we breathe. That sounds kind of stupid right now. Not stupid, but it's kind of hard to put it into words. Like, just the human experience overall, the fact that I'm here sitting, that I can see, that I have fingers, there's just so much. There's just so much. The fact that I can literally see everything around me, and the fact that I'm moving, the fact that I'm speaking, the fact that that I have a heart that beats, that pumps blood, that makes me alive. Like, I sound all over the place. The point is, okay, life is bizarre. Life is crazy. But it's also a beautiful place to be, you know? There's times where genuinely I kind of like the experience of life. It's true. And then there's going to be times where I don't like the experience of life, where I'm just kind of like, or there's going to be some times where I think life can be really fucking boring, you know? It can be all so much at different times. And I think that's just all what I'm going to say in this video. I think that's all I'm going to say in this video. I kind of went all over the place, but yeah, just to kind of circle back. Sometimes you'll have expectations of people that you just randomly came up with. Somehow, some way you came to that conclusion, and then you find out that it's not true, and you're like, what the fuck? Okay? And then sometimes you'll realize, oh shit, I'm a one-man army, or I'm a one-woman army, or I'm a one-person army. Like, you know, like, what the fuck is this? And there's nothing wrong with that either, you know? Like I said in another video, there's no other person that can have your back better than you can have your own back. And you can get to that point, you know? Life, and again, another thing, life's an unfolding process. It's just going to happen at the way that it is meant to happen, that it's going to happen. So don't beat yourself up over, you know, feeling like you're upset over like, oh, why didn't I know this before? You know, I should have been doing this for a while, whatever, right? Life's going to end up tossing you something that you're just going to be like, damn, it didn't even matter if I knew this back then. Because, like, why the fuck does it matter in the first place? I don't know. I do know, but it's just all so much. So I think I'll leave it at that. Just a funny video. I feel like this one will be, just because, like, there's just so much that I was literally talking about a fucking woman on Instagram showing her bare feet, like pouring oil over it. Like, what are we talking about? I don't even know. Now go enjoy your life, and I really do mean that. Okay, that's it.